Good one at home on a Thursday, so does this one feel pretty good?
Yeah, one, we needed a Thursday win. Two, we needed a close game that goes down the stretch where everything's not necessarily going your way and find a way to pull it out. So I'll take both of those in one night. I think we're heading in the right direction in that regard.
Do you think, can that give you some confidence just in managing these late game situations? I mean, Moody seemed pretty relieved just to get that victory.
No question. And you do. There's some games that we should have won. Unlucky, guys running into baskets and things like that, and a couple calls not going your way or whatever. And so you just got to create your own luck. And I thought the guys did that tonight by just sticking together.
It's like 6 or 7 one-possession games for you guys in conference. I think they've played several. Northern Arizona's played like 6 or 7 as well. I mean, why is the margin of victory so slim in the conference?
I just, I think the talent, I think the coaching, there's not that much of a gap between teams. I think the biggest thing is the coaching staffs are doing a good job of preparing for one another and taking things away and then adjusting from the first game to the second game. So what worked for you in the first game might not work in the second game. You got to find something else. That's an in-game adjustment. That's not something that you can prepare for because you don't know what those changes are.
Moody is a guy that's a little different than you guys have had, especially offensively the last couple of years. I mean, he's so good at creating his own shot. How much does that help you guys offensively?
He moves well without the ball.
Yeah,
there just aren't very many guys like that anymore that continue to move until they get open. Everyone begs and then they want to massage. And a guy like him really fits what we do a lot better when you're trying to spread it out and you have multiple guys that are threats offensively. So he fits how we play in a major way. I think the other thing is his motor. He's always revved up. He's always ready to go. You never really catch him on a day that he doesn't, feel good, feel like being out there. And when guys are always revved up and ready to go, they typically are going to be more consistent.
You talked a lot about wanting to play with togetherness. Did you feel they played together today?
100%. And you can always do a better job, right? You can make an extra pass. You can set a screen better. Maybe there's a rotation where you could have been there, but the intent was there, and everyone wanted everyone to play well. Everyone trusted one another to be where they needed to be, and I thought that's how we put out the win.
Moody moving off the ball too, and Bannon's playing out of the high post. I mean, that seems to be working really well for you guys.
Right, no question. Bannon's a really good passer.
Yeah.
He stretches the big away from the basket, so there's no rim protection. And not only Moody, but guys like Jackson Knapp and Whitney cutting to the rim too. And when you've got good shooting, they got to honor those screens. So the spacing was good for us tonight.
What do you think of the defensive effort, especially on Connect and Coons?
I think guys did a good job. Lonell stood out in terms of just making it really hard for guys and making them work hard to get shots. I thought he fought through screens and was physical without just fouling too much, which is a problem we've had in the past. They didn't shoot a ton of free throws, and I think that's why we're going to hold them in the 60s.
You guys have played a lot of close games. Do you feel that's the way that it's going to be the rest of the season, or do you see signs of it changing?
No, you don't. You can't go into the game and say we're going to hope we blow them out, right? Like I said, I think all these coaches do a good job of preparing. I don't think there have been very many blowouts in conference in general, right? We had one with Idaho State, and obviously we're on the wrong side of it at SAC. I don't know that anyone's got more than maybe 2 or 3 wins by more than 10 points in conference that I can think of.
Actually winning 2 games in a row in Big Sky play for the first time, can that do something for the team mentally or
Yeah, it should give us a level of confidence. It definitely will give them more enthusiasm coming in on a Friday to prepare for NAU. I think it's a step in the right direction in terms of beginning to play the way that we felt we should have been playing in the beginning. And like I said, we look back at some of those games, we should have won them. You're up double figures, or you got a 2-point lead with 4 seconds in the ball. You should win those games, and you're unlucky sometimes, and that happens. I've always said this: champions are lucky. You have the ball go in the basket at the buzzer a couple of times. You have an opponent miss a shot at the buzzer a couple of times, and your team probably stays healthy. We haven't had any of that. We've had our opponents make shots, and we've missed shots, and we haven't been healthy. So we got to get lucky physically, the things that we can control, and just continue to play the best basketball we can play.
You guys had a bunch of timeouts. There are reviews at the end, and then you finally inbound the ball and get it to Moody going down. How many different inbounds plays did you guys go to? What did you like about that play, and how did they pull it off?
Well, two of the holdups were just to double check on whose ball it was, right? Because there was a little fight for the ball. We've got quite a few inbounds. The last 2 I made up.
On the spot during the timeout. What did you like about that one?
Well, they had a guy on the floor that I didn't think was a great defender. And so we had a screening action. If he was going to switch, his man was going to come open, which would have been Whitney. But we had Moody going deep, really to occupy. But if he's open, he's open. And I saw the way that Matt Johnson was defending him. So that's when I started screaming, Moody, Moody, Moody. And Bannon caught him on the fly.
Great, thanks.
All right.